Hey, Paul Peck here again. Today I'm on a popcorn removal job and I've got a ton of tips and tricks for making the popcorn removal process so much easier. And if you stick around, I'm going to show you a time lapse of the whole process. So I've got the 2 mil plastic down. What I'm going to do next is put down some light plastic to catch all the popcorn. I'll be able to remove that plastic and this floor will still be covered with the thicker plastic for painting and all that other good stuff. Got the second layer of plastic on. It's a 0.31 mil. It's 12 feet wide, so it can do, a lot of times it can do a whole room in one cut. This is a pretty good sized room. Just got it tabbed right to the wall. Left it up probably 8 to 10 inches. I'm going to cover the window before I start scraping. I'm going to use my airless sprayer to wet the ceiling. Popcorn comes down a lot easier that way when it's wet. Also contains the dust a good amount. So gonna start scraping. Got a little more plastic to do, but I just wanted to show you the second layer of plastic to catch all the popcorn. And then I'll pull that up and we'll still have my 2 mil plastic underneath ready for painting and priming and texturing. All right, one last look at the popcorn and the prep. Getting ready to wet it. All right, so I do want to put one very important disclaimer out. If your popcorn ceiling was applied before 1982, you need to get it tested for asbestos. There are some home kits that you can do it at home, and I have some of those in my Amazon store, so check that out. I'll leave a link to my store down below in the description of this video. Next, you want to wear some old clothes, an N95 face mask, and some safety glasses, and probably a hat because you might get a little dusty. So basically, I'm just going to wet the whole ceiling. It's going to get a little foggy in here, but I've got the window open. You can see the plastic moving a little bit. It's going to clear out in no time. And then I double back and just hit probably about 4 to 6 feet out from the wall. So it's a double soaking of the water. Fix that plastic a little bit. Basically, it comes off like butter once you let that water soak in. And if you don't have a paint sprayer or want to rent a paint sprayer, you can also use just one of those handheld pump sprayers to wet the ceiling. It just goes a little slower and it's kind of heavy on your arm. And you could also use your garden hose, but you want to make sure you have a good hose nozzle that has a pretty fine mist spray so you don't over soak your drywall, because that wouldn't be good. All right, let me soak this one more time. Go ahead and get the rest of the ceiling. Gonna fog up. It'll go right out that window. I did take the screen off the window, so I'm not getting any debris or dust in the screens either. And another tip is when you're scraping along the edge, you want to go with the wall. You don't want to go into the wall because that will tear the corner tape up. You want to go the length of the wall. That way the corner tape is not going to get gouged, because that can happen. And you also don't want to go sideways into those tape joints because you'll gouge the tape in those tape joints as well. Go in the direction that the tape joint goes. Coming off real nice, that's what you want. You want it to kind of look like new drywall's been hung. And again, if you stick around, I'm going to show you what the plastic looks like after I remove the first layer, because that saves so much headache, because you end up walking around with big thick chunks of popcorn on the bottom of your shoes, and it's no fun. Let me know in the comments if you're a DIYer, contractor, painter. Just kind of curious. I'll tell you, these walkboards from Werner are awesome for popcorn removal or doing anything on the ceiling. Super convenient. We're on the last stretch of this popcorn removal, and if you look, I'm going right down the wall with that, not towards the wall, scraping along the wall. And yes, I know my shorts are ripped. I'm wearing old clothes because this is a pretty dusty mess, even though spraying water on it does keep the dust down a good amount, but I just wear my old clothes and everything to scrape popcorn every single time. Here goes that border. All right, got that popcorn off this entire bedroom ceiling. It's going to be ready for texture. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning this stuff up. You want to see what I got after I remove the first layer of plastic. There's the border, came off, the wallpaper border. The glue just released once I wet the ceiling for the popcorn removal, so that was nice. Doesn't always work out like that. So I'm going to take the top layer of plastic off of here and should have a nice clean piece of plastic covering the carpet. Forgot to mention we're also going to be putting a skip trowel texture on the ceiling and orange peel texture on the walls. So I'll be filling any holes before we texture. Gonna fill a couple of these boxes. There's an empty one that used to have a phone jack. And there's another one on that wall. We'll fill those in. So pick up the first layer and we'll have that other piece of plastic there. Here's the shoe. Here we go. Okay, got the top layer of plastic pulled up with all the popcorn from the ceiling. As you can see, minimal popcorn on the underneath layer. I mean, there's a couple kernels or whatever, but no big deal. So popcorn's gone. I'm gonna do a skip trowel texture on the ceiling and orange peel on the walls. And my plastic's already down. So there's another tip and trick. And if you want to catch the next video or any of my upcoming videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button now in the center of the screen to keep up with all my videos. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'll leave some of my most popular video links down below in the description. Thanks so much for watching.